Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job. All right, let's go around the room and see who's here visiting Rotarians and guests. Let's start at the second table here.
Okay, this is my cousin Jeff, who just moved here from San Diego, and this is my friend Rick, and they both want to check out what we're all about.
Great.
Sophie Saucedo, president of North Bay Rotaract, and I'll also be speaking today.
I have Shannon Maciel from Redwood Capital Bank, and she's also here to check out what we're all about.
Sorry, we also have Nick. He works with Tom Payas at Wallace and Hines, and he wants to check it out.
I'm Connor. I'm Sydney.
And welcome, way before school.
My name is Dan McCauley. I'm at Dan's Custom Mills.
And don't forget to check in on
One
Facebook.
more.
One more. Oh,
Sure.
oh, yes.
I have Vicki Whiting from the Sonoma Valley Club, and she's going to be a short speaker for us.
Welcome. All right, so during sunrise, do we have any travelers this last week? Any fun things that happened?
I went to McKinleyville.
Did you really?
I didn't show off.
Doesn't look like it's a traveling time of year. I do want to mention one thing. I'm going to pass around these cards. A little bit of bad news. Karen Register's father passed away last week unexpectedly, so she's asked for a leave of absence. We will pass around these cards and sign and say what we all on them. In our hearts. All right, we'll jump right to that. No travelers this time of year. We have any anniversaries either. That's not too bad. Birthdays though. Mr. Scott Heller. Oh! Happy birthday.
Wow, that's so fitting. That's what I did. The picture on the right is us. I think that's coming back. But I went out with the crew team on my birthday. So I was supposed to go 2 leagues off the highway, but I didn't. So I had an opportunity to go. The crew team at the time was having their winter double sessions. So we went out at 6 and we were on the water till 11. Then we went to Rita's and where I met up with the Duck Valley folks and had a big lunch. And then went back on the water again until 4. So I don't know. The weather was like that all day. Flat mom, glassy, beautiful, lightning,
What is the season for rowing for that competition?
This is just like
It's like 2 days for football.
2 days for just the winter. Just when they come back for a week or so, just to get them back in the groove.
Beat 'em up for a while.
They're on the water right now, so then spring training is when they really start gearing up for racing season, which is April, May, June. March, April. So that's what we did. I didn't do dinner or anything wrong with stuff from the previous. Wiped out. But at the end of the session, they're all in the thing doing their decompression meeting, and all 35 of them were saying, "Oh, that's awesome." Somebody's talking about whether women athletes also need Agra. They know partner Izzy. Good luck. Have a good day.
Well, we'll see if we can beat that. Take a look at us in the.
I'm the only one that had a birthday this week.
That's someone. Oh,
Rachel.
I thought we already put nobody else for dinner.
Mine was 2 days after.
She didn't pop up on the list. Rachel. Happy birthday.
What did you do for your birthday?
What's your best friend does?
Dustin was at my birthday, actually.
I don't know if you're best
He's probably still recovering.
That's why he thought you already done it.
Yeah, it was 4 days long. It worked out kind of nicely because I had a whole bunch of family in town for Memorial, so that wouldn't have otherwise been a part of my birthday weekend. So I hung out with them, And then we went to Smoke Cookhouse and had a big lunch on Monday. And then we did some bingo Monday night.
Bingo, yeah.
And then had about 30 friends at Six Rivers on Tuesday for the fried chicken night. So, good day.
Start your own club?
All right, well, then to both of you.
It was also Sophie's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Same day. Same
Yeah.
day.
Same day, all right.
Yeah, same day as Rachel. I just went from it. But on the weekend, I went out to sushi and went bowling. So.
All right.
Before we sing, is there anybody else that's had a
Anyone else?
birthday? Yes, if you've had a birthday in the past year, please.
This is for you.
That's Tomas, Rachel, all right.
Okay, before we sing happy birthday, however, Mr. Heller came to me with a conundrum this morning. And I hate people handing me conundrums first thing in the morning. But he said, what is this song? And I want you to know, we just determined that it was Runaway by Del Shannon, right? So, as I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love. Okay, now, okay, that will be your, that will be your earworm for the rest of the day. Let's see if we can drown it out.
No, thank him. I didn't bring it up.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarians. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. That was close.
Made it through that one, all right. Recognitions, we did the highway cleanup. Carol, you want to talk a little bit about that? It was a great time. So.
Yeah, we had a great weather and nice turnout and had several interactors there and had other activities going on for some of the younger interactors, and we cleaned up the highway. So yeah, and went to Rita's and hooked up sauce scotch there and had some nice refreshments. It was wonderful.
Yeah, the weather could have been better.
Yeah, so. And stay tuned. I think we're gonna have a different kind of adaptive highway in April 21st, actually 21st. Okay, so stay tuned. We're gonna make it a little more social, all right? We'll keep you informed.
Perfect. And then recognitions, please go ahead and send it out to myself, Joyce, or the recognition email. You know what each other's doing the rest of the week. Garage events, Reese, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. We're doing dictionaries for third graders once again. Starts on the 30th, 31st, and February 1st. Pacific Union, Arcata Elementary, and Jacoby Creek. So come out. It's time to meet us out there. It's really a good event. Easy to get done in about 45 minutes. It's great.
Yeah, that's a fun thing to do every year. Charlotte and I, you guys do our second, Jess?
Just a call. Let's see. So the invitations went out this week, and hopefully everybody received that in your inbox, and you have hit reply and said please RSVP for 1, 2, however many is going to be coming. It's happening on February 2nd, so that's just a couple of short weeks away, and it will be at Alchemy Distillery. It starts at 6 o'clock. It is potluck. The club's going to provide the main dish, A through D. If your last name begins with A through D, we're asking that you bring an appetizer. If your last name begins with E through N, please bring a side or a salad. And P through Z, please bring a dessert. The club's going to buy the first round, and no host for the rest of the evening. So do bring some cash if you anticipate having more than one beverage. There will be tours of the distillery, so you'll have a chance to see what our friends Amy and Steve are up to, and yeah, it should be a fun time. There'll be a very short meeting. We'll see you all there. Please RSVP to me or to Romy. You can do that after the meeting tonight. Make sure I write your name down on a piece of paper so that I make sure that you're on the list. But we are looking for a count kind of promptly so that we make sure to have enough food. Thank you. And that there won't be any additional charge to be able to enter the facility. So there we go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jess. That's going to be a good time. I wanted to actually take one step back. Romy just reminded me that for all the newer members in here, the dictionaries for third graders, what our club does is buys dictionaries for the different schools that we go to on those respective days. So it's really fun to be a part of. So newer members, if you want to join and be there, you really should, because they love doing dictionaries.
They're
They love
beautiful
out there.
dictionaries.
Yeah, and we write their name in them too, so they're all personalized. That's the neat thing. So anyway, moving on. Brandy, did you want to speak to the Azalea Park cleanup?
Yeah, the Community Services Committee is going to have a hands-on event on Saturday, February 10th up at Azalea Reserve. We're going to be removing invasive plants, mostly English ivy and blackberries. And it's rain or shine unless it's super windy and stormy, because we definitely want this to be an enjoyable experience. All ages are welcome. You'll need to have closed-toed shoes and clothes you don't mind getting dirty. You're welcome to bring work gloves and pruners and hand loppers and, yep.
What day?
10.
So it's a Saturday.
10.
And I'm passing around a sheet just so we can have an anticipation of who's going to be there, as well as if we need to cancel, I can reach out. So. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Brandy.
Oh,
Next up, Jeff, you want to take these next two over? Sorry.
Yeah. The College and Career Center on March 3rd is having the pancake breakfast. It's their largest fundraiser. What they need is financial support. So they need sponsors. So if you know somebody that goes to Arcata, has a kid that goes to Arcata High, or a business that would like to sponsor, please spread the word, because this is their largest fundraiser. They're provided a space in the library, but not funding for the career counselor. So if you were here last week, you would have heard what a huge help it is, and especially with Allie with Casey. So if you can provide support, please do so. I'm going to send out an email with a sponsor letter. You can pass that out, maybe spread the word. That would be fantastic. We have also, poor planning on my part, History Day is the same day. And so what we're looking for with History Day is judges. And it's great because it's a time when you can go out and listen to the kids who are the subject matter experts there, and they can tell you about history, and judges are always needed. I'm going to send out a link after the meeting today, and if you have time, it's great. It's again March 3rd. It will be from about 7 in the morning if you're a judge till about noon. So it's only part of the morning, and it's a great event. So please participate.
Is the breakfast closed so you can kind of give breakfast and in history or back in their
unfortunately, they're over the same time period. The breakfast is from 8 to 11, and History Day, if you're judging, is from 7 till like 12.
So just send money to the career.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank
The spring fundraiser with the 9th event, one day setup, one day is the fundraiser. Look for the email I'll send out later today for the club volunteer opportunities to help get this prepared and set up for stuff for the event. So it's going to be fun. We'll have our logo and stuff next week. Susan's graphic design person is working on it right now, so we'll be excited to see what they put together. But there it is, Carol, the Adopt a Highway.
That really needs to be the 21st.
Okay.
Saturday the 21st. Sorry.
Okay. So we'll change that. We're going to have something special.
I'll just piggyback on, because the fellowship committee thought it would be fun to spend a day on the peninsula. So we're working on a work, play, drink? Right, work, play, drink event that will encompass roadside cleanup, playing mini golf, and then going out to the Humboldt Bay Social Club for adult beverages and a little socializing afterwards. So that's a little activity to look forward to in late April.
Perfect. And Scott, did you want to speak to the last episode?
Yes, I want to see Florida. Big Brothers Big Sisters, a couple of our members have been impacted by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program, and a few of us, oh, you are here, have been involved in the Bowl for Kids Day. So, Lori, you want to talk about this all, or you want me to continue?
So Crystal and I are
You want to stand up, Lori?
Crystal and I were
would like to challenge, our Rotary Club would like to challenge the other Rotary clubs to get more bigs for littles, for big brothers, big sisters. In our county right now, there are 7 boys and 2 girls who do not have bigs. When I was raising my kids on my own, I have 3 kids I raised who signed up for the program and they never got bigs. And one day, my son was like, Mom, I thought we were going to get to go fishing with a big brother. So I felt really bad about that. Crystal, do you have anything to say?
I have laryngitis. Yeah, so there's the 7 and 2, and there's 11 who are in the process of applying. It's actually really easy to recruit people to become bigs. Mostly I've done it during bar games. I've beaten someone at air hockey, and our bet was to become a big. I've recruited 3 bigs in the last 2 months.
We're not playing good air hockey.
I'm not a safe bet for anyone, but yeah, I think that it's a really easy, attainable goal to have more bigs on a waiting list than littles, and I think it's really cool. So.
It can change our county. A kid that doesn't have somebody, just somebody 2 to 3 hours a week for a year commitment, that's all it is. Show up and be there for them. It'll change our county. People need people. That's what we're about.
So the challenge aspect comes around from we as a club are going to take this on and challenge the other clubs in our area to come up with more bigs than we did, sign up more people than we did. So we're trying to figure out exactly how to do that right now. It's in the fleshing out process. It's probably, we talked about possibly getting gift cards as the prize to the club that gets the most mentors? Bigs, I'm sorry, bigs. So that's all kind of working right now. We brought it up to the community service committee yesterday, and everybody seemed to be on board with it. So right now, let's really trying to figure out how we're going to go about challenging the other clubs. Thank you.
Great. I'm already a big.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. How many hours a week do you put into it?
About 2 to 3.
That's what all it takes to make an impact.
And it's really enjoyable. It's a lot of fun to hang out.
Thank you.
So our club, through the Financial Assistance Committee, has donated $300 towards this event.
All right.
Where's the bowling?
For the bowl for kids' sake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, that's that'd be fun to run that. Yeah, it's good. Just 2 to 3 hours. That's amazing.
Yeah, I really encourage folks to sign up for it. It's a great experience.
Izzy, do I see Izzy here today?
Yes.
All right, let's get a big deal from you.
Is he here?
Hey. How was your week?
It was good. I had a 3-day weekend. Who doesn't love it? And I went.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I went hiking with my friend to Land Ranch. It's like after Canada. It's like 1 hour. And it was beautiful there. We went there with their dogs, and their one dog, he's so huge. On the picture, he looks like a bear. And he's also brown. It's really cute. And I just had normal school.
All right. 4-day week. So that's the 3 day.
1 week.
Oh, 4-day week, yeah.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you, Izzy. Yeah. And we'll get that thing together. All right, Vicki, you want to make your announcement? Feel free to come up and take the stage.
Thank you. First of all, not only are you a really extraordinarily young and beautiful club, I feel young being here. I'm really impressed in just a few minutes of being here and seeing the things you're doing for kids and youth in this area. I don't know if you're aware, but 61% of your children are not reading at grade level in 3rd grade. And that's and you're not different nationwide, it's not much different, unfortunately. We've got a real literacy crisis in this country. Your dictionaries, your mentoring, your big sister Big Brother programs. All these things you're doing with the schools make a difference, but we need, like anything, lots of little activities, lots of boots on the ground. One thing that you guys do is I publish a newspaper for kids in Sonoma County, Marin County, and Alameda County. And I don't do it in Humboldt County at this point. It's just too big of a endeavor to take that on just right now. But, and thank you through Lisa and her husband coming down to the Sonoma County every couple of weeks. You pick these up and these are delivered to the children through your backpack program. So you have some kids up here who are benefiting from this, and there's some copies around. You're going to see that. But that is not actually the core of what I do nationally. I produce a newspaper page for kids that is published in over 200 newspapers around the country. So those of you who've seen the monthly newspaper I do in the Sonoma County, the Bay Area, will see that a lot of that content has been repurposed from the weekly page that I've been doing for many, many years. One of the reasons why I did this is I used to be an elementary school teacher, and we had to teach about our community. You can't get a textbook that's going to teach kids about your specific area. No textbook company is going to produce that. And it was actually one of my students who told me, you know, we could learn about our community through our newspaper. And through that, I started putting a page in the newspaper for kids. Fast forward, I found out after a while that when kids read newspapers once a week or more, reading achievement tests go up about 10%. In at-risk populations, they can go up over 30%. What we know is we need to give kids things they want to read. If we give them things they want to read, they will read more. When they read more, guess what? They read better. There's a lot the teachers have to do, but we can supplement by just making sure these kids have high interest materials. And you know what? Kids love reading their local newspaper. And it really helps when you can put something in the paper that draws them in. This is also designed to be a teaching tool. We support it with a teacher guide and a monthly teacher newsletter, of which I have samples that everybody wants to see after the meeting. And I was approached a couple months ago by Paula Patton, who's the publisher of the Times Standard. She would like to take this on, but she can't do it alone. And what she wants to do is publish Kid Scoop in the paper once a week, and provide the teachers with the support materials, and then deliver the newspapers to the schools, to the kids in the schools, through the backpack program if you want, but be able to get sponsors to help pay for those newspapers to be delivered and for the kids to have. It's something that makes a difference. It's not super expensive. I've got more information about that. I'm going to be speaking to a few more clubs in more detail over the next few days. One of the cool things about it is not only does it do something meaningful for kids in reading, but in communities where I've worked, where Rotary has become a sponsor and clubs join up to support this, they get a nice big banner across the bottom of the page. It's really great visibility for Rotary and getting young people to have an idea of what we do. So anyway, I hope I stuck to my 5 minutes. I will be here after and stick around for any questions or any more details. And if this does move forward, I'm sure Paula at some point will be happy to come and talk more details about it. Lisa?
So I just had a question. So right now we put it in the backpack for kids, but this would be in addition to, this would go to all the other students, right?
Yes.
And specifically 3rd graders, or?
No, she'll make it available. Kids Group is targeted anywhere from 2nd through 5th grade in terms of content levels. So we open it up to as many teachers as possible. So we'll just see what funding we get and what participation. I'm actually meeting with the Office of Education later this afternoon as well to talk a little more details like that.
Great.
Thank you so much.
All right, Maggie, do you want to take the stage here and talk about World University?
Yeah, so Dustin, and for some reason I think I've got a frog. Dustin asked that we come and kind of update you on what we're doing. And Tom and I are temporarily, or maybe forever, co-chairing the committee right now. And I want to thank John, who I don't think is here Day for his sharing it. And you saw up there and people, this is just an allude, so if you see things again, but these are some pictures of some of the projects that we have worked on, and those are just flipping through. But we meet every first Wednesday of the month. We're going to be meeting, I think, now at the country store, because we can't meet wherever we were before. And we're looking for more members. What this committee does is, if you like to travel, this is one of the reasons. If you like to travel, if you've been to other countries and you've seen what is going on in other countries, you realize that there's a lot of need in other places, and we can have a great impact with a small amount of money in some of these places. And we have, by the work we do, we're able to help groups, and we help groups who are doing what they need to do. So they're making decisions about what they need to do in their communities, and we are helping them to make that go even further. So it's fun. It's fun to know and to kind of travel vicariously. I mean, sometimes you don't get to go to Cambodia, but you can see what's going on there. You don't get to go to Mexico. We've been in Macedonia, Botswana, Philippines, Mexico, Honduras, Puerto Rico, Swan Valley, Haiti, thank you. Where else have we gone? I mean, we've been all over the map, and we'd like to keep doing that. And we need some more members to join us, because you may have ideas and connections in other parts of the world that will help us. We'd like to connect when we can with Rotary clubs, so that we can kind of maximize the on-the-ground work there. But if we don't, if we can find people who are involved in projects in other places and have that connection, that makes it work really, really well. So we invite you to join us. If any of our newer members would like to join this committee, you're more than welcome. And I want to give a shout out to the members of the committee. Can you raise your hand if you are in the committee? We've got Randy and Tom and Howard. Matt, you're kind of on the list. Yeah. Welcome back, by the way. And there's someone else too, I think that, so Nick over here, and Brenda too when she's around. So it's a good group, and we don't meet every month, but we try to meet most months. So if there's any questions, you know who are the members, just ask us. We'd love to have you join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and up next is our guest speaker of the day, our main speaker, I should say, Sophie Saucedo. So here's your slide. Thanks, Dave.
Good morning. As we say in India, namaste. So as you may know, I recently had the chance to go to India on the Rotaplast medical mission. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the organization and then a little bit about what we did on my specific mission. So Rotaplast is an organization that provides fully reconstructive surgeries, mostly for cleft lips and cleft palates in underdeveloped countries. In the past, we've had some of my members go to Bangladesh, and a few months ago, we had some of them in Guatemala, and me and my friend Chelsea from Los Coast Rhode Island. We couldn't be here today, just got to go to India. So this is a cleft lip, and then a cleft palate is an opening in the top of the mouth, and it's something that you will be born with. So things that cause it could be diet, genetic disposition, smoking while veterinary pollution. Doctors really don't know exactly what causes it, but these are some of the ideas they had. Some of the effects of it, of course, there's the abnormal appearance, which can cause social problems, like people look at them differently. It can also affect their ability to it can affect their nutrition. They can't always eat because there's a hole in the top of their mouth. Babies have special bottles. And then it can also have dental problems associated with it. So what Rotaplast does is they go to these countries and they partner with the local hospitals and nurses, and they set up a medical camp for 2 weeks, and they do these operations on mostly kids, and they do cleft lips and palates is because it's something they can do quickly. It takes about half an hour to an hour, but the effects are lifelong. So the process is that usually it will take about 12 months to select a site and go to the local hospital, find a location to do it, and do all the advertising to get the kinds of patients we want. My mission was a little bit abnormal. It was my first time going to this site, and they planned it in 4 months. We had a really good Rotary club that did all the planning and all the advertising and pulled it all together. The guy who planned it actually met from the lead of Rotaplast in Atlanta in June. So, and then this was in November, so it came together super fast. And then we are responsible for bringing all the supplies and all the people. And then the Rotary Club does all the logistical support on the local side. So this is a typical schedule. My schedule, well, it took us 36 hours to get to India. We stopped in Dubai. And then the next day, we had opening clinic. And that is when all the patients come in, and they get vetted by the pediatricians, anesthesiologists, and plastic surgeons to see if they would be a good candidate for surgery. And then we schedule 6 to 8 days of surgery. We ended up not having as many patients as we thought we would because this was a new location, and not necessarily the kinds of patients we had been looking for. We wanted to do the cleft lips and palates, but we ended up having a lot of open victims, which is more, it takes longer, so we couldn't do as many because the healing process is also longer. We didn't have a follow-up doctor to check in on them, so we can only do those in the first few days. So we ended up having a few extra days off, and then we actually left a day early and had another day of sightseeing. So this is the typical schedule. So on my mission, we had 2 anesthesiologists, 2 plastic surgeons, 3 operating room nurses, 2 PACU nurses, and 2 pediatricians as the medical team. We also have the non-medical volunteers, which is the mission director. I'll just tell you what I did. I did patient transport, which is moving patients from the waiting room to the pre-op, to the operating room, to PACU, to the ward, and then using a wheelchair. And then I would also be responsible for knowing whose family went with which patient. And then my friend Chelsea was the recreation therapist, and we kind of split that job. So what we would do is we got a bunch of toys and activities such as coloring books. So we would kind of keep the kids occupied. And then we also had another position of ward coordinator, which is knowing who's in which bed. Just keeping me organized, keeping the files together and stuff. So now I'm going to tell you about my specific mission. We left Thanksgiving week. So I was in Agra, which is just about 3 hours south of Delhi. We took a bus to Delhi. And this is us transporting all the medical supplies. We had about 3 dozen boxes that we had to take on the way. We got good with ways, and the Rotarian who put this all together owns this tour company, so we got pretty good job. This is the hospital. The team said that it was one of the best hospitals they'd ever been on. Most of the volunteers have been on dozens of missions, and they were just amazed at how nice these facilities are. This hospital had only been open 6 months, and they don't usually see kids, so it was all completely new to them. And that is my team. So opening clinic, when we vet all the patients in the waiting room, and I return them back to get seen. There's a little boy with a plastic that you might be taken. And then that's the anesthesiologist, pediatrician, plastic surgeon, and another pediatrician. And on the other days, they would all just get together and they'd see the patient all at once, and then they just really let sort of know if they could go in for surgery. So I'm going to tell you about a few of the patients. So this is Vicki Whiting. It's one of the cleft lips that we got skin finds a way to heal if it's not properly treated. So what happened is that the skin around his nose kind of tightened up, so he doesn't have as much movement in that area. And lots of times you'll see the neck do that. I'll show you another picture like that. So then what we did to him is we released the contractures onto his face, and then we also gave him new eyebrows. And can anyone guess how we gave him new eyebrows? You do? I told you. So what
he remembers that.
So what they did was they took a skin graft off the top of his head and moved it to his eyebrows. So he's going to have to cut it to keep it at eyebrow length. But I thought it was pretty amazing that they could do that. And that's him with his bones. Yeah, he was so smiling. This is baby Saloni. And she was about 4 years old, and she came in with fused hands. And she was born that way. So basically the doctors saw this, and they wanted to know what they could do that would benefit him the most. So what they did is they gave her what they call mitten hands. So they just released the thumb, so now she has a closable thumb. They decided that they couldn't do it all at once, it would be too complicated. So you can't see it, but she is with her mom and grandma. And it was interesting because it was actually genetic. The mom had 7 fingers on each hand, and some of them were fused. And then the grandma had something like that as well. So this one's a pretty amazing story. The next photo might be a little bit shocking. So this is Leela, and on the left it's meant to be 15 years old, and she was in a cooking accident. She had a kerosene lamp fall on her. So I was talking about how when the skin peels, it tightens up. So that's what happens with that. So what's amazing about Rotaplast is it makes connections with her patients. So this is the before picture in 2015, and she has been on 3 Rotaplast missions. So in the beginning, she couldn't even close her eyes. She couldn't move her mouth properly. So this is actually a before picture of this year. So she's already had 2 operations with the Rotaplast. And here's a picture from 2015. And then this, up in the top left, is Dr. Debbie. He's done all of her operations. And then the anesthesiologist, who's also been on all the missions, and his wife, and another volunteer. They've all been on all the missions with her. So she's 17 now, and what I think is most amazing is that she stopped going to school when this happened, and this was her last operation, and now she's going back to school this month. And something else that Rotaplast does is, because they have this connection, she's from southern India, so they paid for the transportation so she can come and see us again. So I have a few photos of Chelsea and I. As I said, we have a job of playing with the kids and comforting them. Waiting for the patient to wake up. She also got new eyebrows, which is kind of interesting. And then Chelsea taught Leela how to make bracelets, so she ended up making like 1,000 of those. And then that's me with some of the local staff. Okay, so this is exciting. So on the second to last day, a woman came in. She was my age, and she came in with a skin flap like that. And the pediatrician was saying, "Oh, that's easy. I can just numb it in the PACU, and it'll take me about 10 minutes. I'll just slice it off. She won't have to go to sleep or anything." So I kind of jokingly said, "Oh, you know, I bet I could do that." So he says, "Oh, do you want to?" So I got all my uniform on with my gloves and stuff, and he numbed it, and he handed me the blade, and he got it going, and then he handed me the blade, and I got to finish cutting it off. So it was awesome because at the end she asked us to put it in a bag, and she's just looking at it and like, oh, it's so ugly. She spoke a little bit of English, so she was just so excited to have it off. So even something that small, I kind of got a feel for how the doctors feel. since she spoke English, she also knew that I didn't know what I was doing. She was a good sport. So I'll show you some of the highlights. It was a special week for weddings, for good luck. So at the hotel we stayed at, they did have a lot of weddings. And I have this video that I'm hoping will play. So I was watching a wedding outside of the cafe restaurant, and then they invited me down to dance with them. So this is a video of me dancing. It's on my Facebook because it's all love, but it's pretty neat to have that experience. I was like, when else am I going to dance in an Indian wedding? And then we also made some connections with the Rotary clubs. So on the second day we had a press conference. They had all of the 6 clubs in that city come together, and then all the media was there to talk about this team of American doctors and what we came to do. And then there was a flag exchange. I thought the Rotary Club of Agra. I didn't take any flags. Agra Taj Mahal, which is the main one that sponsored us. And then this is an E-Club in Austin that won 1,200 skateboards. And then that is by Waka, who's from the Garlandville Club, and he was the mission director. So just a few more sites. On the coast, we got to go in the tuk-tuk, which is one of those little yellow and blue things. That's a taxi. That's one of our teammates who's native speaker, so he helped us negotiate that. Something I forgot to mention is that we did have 3 native Hindi speakers on the team, so that helped a lot. It was super chaotic. Tuk-tuks, motorcycles, camels. They have this is outside the hospital. Camels. This is outside the cafeteria at the hospital. And this, on the day off, we got to go to the Taj Mahal, so this is one of the gates to the Taj Mahal. And here's some of the detail of it. It's all made of marble and semi-precious stones. And that's part of the detail. And most of it's. And then on the last day, we spent the day in Delhi. Before we took back. So that's it. Does anyone have any questions?
Sophie, I have a question. So that was a very packed schedule. How long are the days?
Usually like 10 to 12 hours. So it was busy.
Yeah.
You'd get up at 5 a.m. and one of the pediatricians taught us 5 a.m. yoga, which was nice, and then you'd get back about 6 or so.
Wow.
Do you have any thoughts about
I don't think so, but I'm hoping to go on one of these missions as a non-medical volunteer.
The length of the typical surgery for left lip or
Half an hour to an hour. It depends on the severity of it, especially for the palate. If it's like a big hole, I didn't get to see any of them, but the lip is pretty fast. So,
You were saying that they don't really know the cause of it. Have you heard at all if Rotaplast is because we're there, the doctors are there? Are they doing any genetic testing or doing any other work to find out, pollution control or?
I don't know anything about that. But what was interesting is that they did have a lot of local facilities that do left lip operations, which is kind of why we didn't have a lot of those patients. Anyone else? Thank you.
Contribution in your name. So
Thank you.
it's an amazing experience. Nice work. Absolutely amazing. All right, it is raffle time. Sarah, where are you?
She took off, I'm doing it.
Nick, where are you?
George Brown.
Sure.
823-548. Eight, 823-566.
And it's Tom. Who started it?
Thank you, sir.
All right, so next week. Any general announcements before we adjourn? Lisa?
So yeah, John's not here, but backpack for kids, everything's out there if anybody wants to help pack. Does anybody want to deliver today? I didn't see anybody signed up on sign up sheets.
I might be able to help. I don't have a lot of room.
Anybody else able to deliver to some schools?
I can deliver. Help.
And then just another reminder too, you could pull out your smartphone right now and RSVP to our charter event.
Or talk to me. Just do it. We can do it in person.
Sure.
One more, Lisa. Yeah.
So, Romy and I sent out the email for, raffle sign.
Your posses! Come on, posses!
And so we would like to get everyone to get their donations in or what they are putting together by March 1st, if possible. That gives you.
So remember, that's everybody coming up with 2 silent, which is between 100 and 500, and 1 Dutch raffle, which is between 50 and 100. And really, what's that? Say that date again, because we don't want it the week of.
No, we want to try and get it, in advance as soon as you can. So, and everything is still going to be dropped off in health sport, and we're going to have tags so that they can tag everything. Make sure you have your value so that we can put bids on things.
This is how we do all the good we do. It's the biggest fundraiser of the year, and the way that we bring in all the money to do the international, to give dictionaries, to do all the good contributions to our community, locally and beyond. And so the way that event makes money is that all of us come together, ask for donations in the community. A letter should be coming out soon to help you do that. People want to be part of it. They want to help. They know that this spring fundraiser is one of the ways that our club does the most of the good that we do, and they see the good that we do. So it's pretty easy. Just ask people for a couple donations, pull together as a group. Not hard to come up with these 3 things. But we really, really would appreciate it if you would start doing that now. Don't think, oh, the spring fundraiser is in March. Do it now. Thank you.
Thank you, Romy. And on a different note, I just wanted to give everyone a quick reminder. This is kind of off everything. A couple of weeks ago, around 8 o'clock in the morning, I had someone try to nearly break into my house. Luckily, I was there in the living room, and I usually lock the door, and luckily, I think that morning, luckily, they didn't really try to jam inside. But, just a reminder, don't be complacent and leave the door unlocked. It is Arcata, there's still dangerous stuff happening. This was over in Sunnybrae, so you never know when or where. But it was I just wanted that happen to me. I didn't even really think of it, but it could happen anyway. So just a reminder to lock your stuff up and then be safe out there. So
I have something to add to that then. So because you talked about that, my Taekwondo Academy is doing a knife and gun disarm seminar on the 3rd. It can be very basic. Anybody can learn it. As long as you kind of put in effort. There'll be a lot of black belts there to kind of train with you and teach you. But they're very effective. You'll probably see it spreading on Facebook pretty soon because Sarah spread it and I'll spread it too. If you want to try to do it, it's $40 for everybody. It's real effective and it's really fast. So and it's a lot of fun, actually.
It may come in handy.
It may come in handy. You never know. A lot of people carry knives around here. Yeah.
Right, awesome. Any other announcements out there before we adjourn? All right, the quote of the week then is when nothing goes right, go left. All right, well, we'll see you all next week.